Once again, Jared Blumenfeld from EPA. I first want to thank the chair, Randy, for his energy and enthusiasm. He came to my office. It sounds from the presentations that we've heard that he's been walking around, flying around the state, meeting with all of us. When you look at this chart, you need that energy, right? You need someone who's going to be able to sell the vision of the Delta that comes under the Delta plan. We've heard a lot about frustrations that arise regarding funding. Funding does not come until there's a consensus around what we should be doing, a consensus around what the science says we should be doing, and that the public clearly understands all those things. We are far from that now, and I really see you and this committee playing a key role in getting the public engaged so that they will make the commitment to make the investments that we all realize that they have needed. I had the honor of filling a seat that Felicia filled during the Clinton administration, and many of the staff at EPA have been dealing with these same issues for more than 20 years. So now is the time. We all, when we went around, said how important it is to get work done, how we want to move on to implementation. Implementation requires bringing the public along with us. And certainly, I think just being able to explain this is probably too much. But being able to explain that there are many plans but one Delta and this is what you want to do is really an important thing to do. So anything that EPA can do to support that effort, we will. On the specific issue of restoration, this issue comes up a lot, so I wanted to kind of deal with it head on, which is that we're aware and there's science out on the issue that by restoring the Delta wetland that you increase the formation and cycling of methyl mercury throughout the ecosystem. We and USGS are testing the efficacy of low-intensity chemical dosing on Twitchell Island with the hope of turning a present liability, which is the sunken Delta Islands, into an asset, which is new wetlands that bind mercury and carbon together and take the elements out of circulation. When you look at the Delta sunken islands, there's about 3.4 billion cubic yards of potential accommodation space where within methyl mercury and greenhouse gas emissions could both be sequestered, neutralized, and permanently stored within growing marshes filled with cattails, tules, and newly formed peat soil. So from our perspective, we will continue to invest in this science to show how we can bind methyl mercury and greenhouse gases together. And we certainly don't want that to be used as an excuse for why we shouldn't be doing restoration. So we will continue to keep the committee updated on that particular issue. While we're on science, I particularly want to support the One Delta, One Science concept. There's a lot of science happening, and often when I ask questions about this particular issue, the question, oh, the mic is great, now on. Should I start from the beginning?
just the real...
Yeah, I'm teasing. No, I'm not going to start from the beginning.
No, I just wanted you to repeat all the nice things you said about it.
Randy is awesome. That was the most important thing I probably said. The science is often used as an excuse for inaction. There is a huge amount of science that has been done. The gaps, I think, have been identified. And so we know what we currently need to know. But really, again, bringing us as decision makers together to understand the enormous consensus that already exists on everything from restoration to flows is important. We are collaborating with the State Water Board, with Felicia and her folks, on this comprehensive update of the Bay Delta Water Quality Control Plan. We view this as the governing document for water quality in the Bay Delta region, and so we'll certainly be working and closely collaborating with all of you on making sure. I heard Felicia say, she's got a lot on her plate, so we understand that timelines may slip, but we want to get that completed so that we do have that roadmap under Federal Clean Water Act to understand where we're going. So with that, thank you. We will continue to serve as needed and play the role that you see fit.
Great. Thank you, Jared. I think you've provided a good example of identifying a key issue, a key concern of an important federal agency regarding an important process in the Delta restoration. And you've also offered a commitment to help solve that problem. And that's what needs to happen around this table if we're going to take action now. I think what I'd like to do is, because I'm pretty sure restoration is going to come up as in our concluding comments, let's, in the interest of time, hold any further thoughts about furthering restoration discussion until the end, and move now to